What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes, and yes, I'm a little tired today, but welcome back to Path to Power. This isn't going to be your standard Path to Power, though. We are going to be doing a deck decider Path to Power. For those of you guys that don't know what Deck Decider was, this is going to be different than that, but what it was a series where I assigned player values to each number in a deck of cards, and I assigned like either a league or a nationality to the suits. I deal out 11 cards and then try to build a team with those 11 cards and win a cup. But you guys, a lot of you really liked that, so I wanted to, but it was a little complicated. So I wanted to simplify it, bring the deck back, and kind of make this interesting for a Path to Power style thing, to throw in a little something fun. So I'm kind of just shuffling up these cards a little bit here, because once they sort of get dealt, it's not really the same thing. It's more, well, I'll get right into the rules. So after every game, I'm going to draw 2 cards. Now, the only thing that hasn't been decided yet is what I'm going to do with jokers. I don't know what the value is going to be. I think they're going to be worth 0. Yeah, they're going to be worth 0. Or yeah, they'll be worth 0. I think we'll leave it like that. Anyway, so we are going to do this. So the first card that's going to be picked, in this case, it would be a king, which is a very high value card. So you've got ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. So that would be 13. So what I would do is I would take my starting 11 players. We're going to go top to bottom, left to right, just like you're reading. So if we were playing like a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, we'd start counting from the striker. So you go striker, right striker, cam, and then all the way through. So you get 11, and then 12 would be the left striker again, and 13 would be the right striker. So that player for the next match has to be replaced. So the king would be if it has to be replaced. Now, if I won the game, I would get to increase the player's rating. If I lost the game, I have to decrease the player's rating at that position, or get a player of a rating below. Now, to determine what sort of rating that player will be, I will draw a second card. And in this case, it's another king. That's not planned. So for the king, that time it'd be a plus 13. So if I had a 60 rated bronze striker, for example, then I would get to increase his rating by 13. So I'd be able to put a 73 rated striker in there. Now, the only thing that will change with that is if I concede a goal, then I have to subtract those from the rating increase if I win, or add them to the rating decrease if I lose. So it should allow me to add a lot of different players in. You're gonna get to see totally different squads, players that I probably wouldn't expect to use. I can use a player more than once though, so however it works out. I'm gonna have to switch formations. It doesn't have to be, let me go back. So for the right striker being replaced, I'm not gonna just stay with the same formation the whole time. I just have to increase the rating of that 60 rated player by the 13 for that king. So I could get a 73 rated goalkeeper and switch formations, or I could get like a 73 rated CDM and switch formations to a form with a DM or something like that. So it'll change things around. It'll allow me to kind of address the squad needs as I try to progress through divisions, but it should be a lot of fun. And I'm really kind of excited to see how this turns out, because I didn't really do a tester to see how well it would work, but I think it's gonna work, and it's fun to kind of get the cards back in here. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the episode, game 1, with my bronze starter squad for the Deck Decider Path to Power. I did get the Legends Loan Pack, but we're not gonna be using that. We're not gonna be using the gold players either. We're starting with the full bronze squad. I spent the 500 coins that you get at the start of Ultimate Team on a bronze pack as well, to kind of add to the variety with that. Also, before I forget, for every win, I'm also going to be giving myself 1,000 coins to kind of help with once the players get up there. If I draw, I'll get 500 coins, and if I lose, I get 0 coins. Beyond that, though, if I want to trade up to like a super high rated player, then I've got to trade up to that if I don't have the coins to do that. And the trading is something that I can do as well, so you guys will see some of that in here. But that's kind of the rundown of where the series is going. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited to be bringing this out for you guys. I'm going to try to do it on a pretty consistent basis because it's actually got me pretty excited about FIFA. It's a nice new challenge, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. So let's get into the squad and the first gameplay. All right, guys, you can see on the screen we've got our starter squad. It is a whole lot of bronze, and I am going to try to not waste a lot of our time on this. So, as you can see, we went with deck decider for the club name. We get the Lone Legend Brema to add to, I guess, our club, but we're not going to use him. And I thought about using him from the start, and you'll see that I put him in, and I'm like, yeah, he looks mighty nice in there. I think he would help the team out. And then I was like, wait a second. This is the deck decider path to power. This isn't just your normal path to power, and you can't just use everything at your disposal. We've added a little bit of this, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a nice little topping on something that is already kind of the steak, the bread and butter of kind of what I do. So we're switching things around. 4-3-1-2. I decided that kind of looks like it might be good for the team and the formation, and swapped and searched and swapped, and then I realized that I wasn't going to use the gold players, so you're going to see me take those out of there, and it's like, all right, now we're figuring out. No silvers as well. So went into the store, picked up the 400 coin bronze pack, giving us 100 whopping coins left to go. We are buying absolutely nothing. Went ahead and changed up the kits. I thought this one looked like it was all right. Black and yellow kits, great for me. I am colorblind, for some of you guys that might be newer that you didn't know, so you will see me generally, I use like a really bright kit and then maybe a white kit as well. I try to stay away from black kits because sometimes the black and the red or the blacks and the blues just makes it more difficult. Why not make it easy to see? So we're looking through the squad, and it is a steaming pile of mediocrity. But nonetheless, we found kind of some players to go. So 64 rated left forward from the MLS. We have a Bundesliga 2 right striker. He's 60 rated. I mean, this team's just not looking very strong. We got a little bit of chemistry, though. 63 chemistry, not too shabby for your default deal. So on we go. We're going to go into the online seasons, head into Division 10. All I'm doing right here on the screen, you see those flash up, but I was taking a second to look and check out which players, or what the preferred foot was for my attackers. A preferred foot is for my attackers because it is currently happening. And I come up against this guy who's got a pretty nice looking 4-1-2-1-2 BPL. It's just not what you want to see when you come up against with your bronze team with 63 chem starting out. Dudley, Stanley, Zach Attack, the Cookie Monster squad. But you can see, if you look at his players' fitness, it is not good. And my bronze players with full fitness bars, even though they have low pace, are going to be able to waltz past a player like this. You can see we're putting on the pressure. I decided to show some goals in there, and you'll see why, or some shots, some chances, and you'll see why in a second. Nice little dummy change in the point of attack. We've got the passing move going, a little bit of combo play. Finds our man Basso through, and I try to... Oh, that was so embarrassing. I'm not quite sure why I did that, because I was thinking, all right, gold team, I have to take all of my chances and take them properly. So rather than just finesse it away in that 1v1, I try to sweat it across nicely. But I end up through with Mandragora, who somehow manages to hold on to this off of a little bit of a bundle, a little bit of bouncing around, a little bit of FIFA luck. And we managed to take a 1-goal lead finally in the 40th minute. We had way more chances than this guy, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about when we go to the stats. He's going to pause it. He's going to rage quit, actually. So that's where we're going to come to the end in this episode. This is just a starter episode, letting you guys know what's going on, how it's going to work. And hopefully you guys will enjoy working through this with me. So now I'm going to switch back on over to the camera, and we will draw our first two cards to see how the squad is going to change around. Okay, not a bad start at all. A rage quit 1-0. That guy, as you saw, was missing out on a little bit of fitness, so he didn't last very long. That's kind of one of those advices, or one of those things where if you see a pretty good player in, or a pretty good squad in Division 10, there might be something funky going on there. So he was definitely new to it, definitely didn't know that he had to pay attention to the fitness. And one of the things that I want those 1,000 coins to cover is kind of fitness cards as well. So that's what that's really being used for. It's just so I don't have to necessarily rotate the squad in and out, because I'm not really buying bench players. I'm going to be, once I rotate them out, I'm going to be trading those players on and that sort of stuff. So trying to build up to a great squad as we get ready for Team of the Season. So I'm going to be drawing 2 cards here. We'll give the deck one more shuffle. I know you can't quite see my hands, but I won't be actually... Oh, that was terrible. We'll try that one more time. I swear I'm not bad at shuffling, guys. But there we go. Oh, well, these are stiff new cards. All right, and then we'll give it a nice cut. And I'm looking at the camera. All right. So I'm gonna keep this deck right here on this table or around this table in my apartment. Keep a discard pile off to the side. So we will eventually have to go through all the cards. So the first card that we have is an ace. That is a 1. So top to bottom, left to right, the first player that's getting replaced is our left striker. So the man from the Colorado Rapids, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he is Adios Muchacho. And we will be replacing him with a player that is 4 points higher. So I think he was 60 rated, 60 or 62 rated. So I get to go out and get a 64 rated striker. And you guys will get to see who that is at the beginning of the next episode. So that is where we are going to come to a close here. I hope you guys enjoy the new look for the series. I hope you guys enjoy Path to Power being back. If you do, show a little support, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.